In January 2024, I was at the lowest I've ever been. Depressed, going through a burnout, with absolutely no idea of what was going to happen to my music business. But here we are now, the 18th of December, and it has officially been the best year of my life. I have more time than ever to focus on music, I'm in the best physical and mental shape I've been in years, I got engaged, and I doubled my income from last year, all while traveling multiple times and working around 6 to 5 hours a day. So in this video, we're gonna talk about everything, including my revenue, my biggest milestones, the challenges, the lessons I've learned from them, everything. If you don't know me, my name is Aurelie, or PLV Music. I started learning music production in January 2021. The first week was very intense and the start was very rough for me. And I documented my whole journey learning this craft from zero on this YouTube channel. One thing led to another. I was finally able to quit my job in January 2023. So now that it has been a couple years, I thought it would be the perfect occasion to give you a little recap and some behind the scenes on my little music business in 2024. So in January 2024, I was about 2 months into my burnout. I had spent the whole month of December 2023 not working at all because I physically couldn't, and I was heavily struggling with my mental health. I was basically doing the bare minimum amount of work just to keep the business afloat. I spent a lot of time doing some reflection, journaling, and I was able to find the root of my burnout. I made a longer video about the topic, but basically I was working too much hours, I didn't have any work-life balance, I had completely forgot about me, Aurelie, and what I need and do outside of the studio, and to be honest, I just needed a break from social media and the mean comments, all the expectations, the judgments, the attention. I just needed a break. After a few months working hard to get out of it, I was able to go back to work for a couple hours a day. I made better decisions, such as hiring a video editor on an ongoing basis. Her name is Lucero, she's been killing it, and she's been a game changer for my business this year. Then around April, I launched and sold out my very first cohort of my online course, Music Creator. It was extremely stressful before the launch. It was definitely tiring, but extremely rewarding. I absolutely loved this experience, and I think the students did too. So at this point, things started to look much better and I was able to review and reset my ambitions and expectations. I realized that I didn't necessarily had to focus on big numbers, but instead focus on better monetizing the current audience that I had and developing recurring sources of revenue, which was a much smarter decision for me, my lifestyle, and my mental health. In the summer, I took quite some time off to go back in France, both in June and September, which was a great way for me to refuel. And the crazy thing is that I was barely working, but still making a good full-time income. So I'd say this is officially where I started to get out of the burnout. In October, I also met up with a few other music creators in Montana for a great weekend of mastermind retreat, and it was absolutely amazing to connect with like-minded people in real life. Now, when I came back from all the traveling in October as well, I launched the second cohort of the Music Creator, which was another great experience, but I realized that the launch model wasn't for me. So I took the decision to turn my course into a pre-recorded on-demand course, which should be out in the next couple weeks if everything goes to plan. On top of that, I softly launched my high-ticket mentorship program. I started to work much more with artists producing their songs and signed a few sample packs with a music production platform, which I will tell you more about in the next coming month or weeks. But other than that, that's pretty much about 2024, and I can't believe it's already gone. Alright, so now to give you a little bit more behind the scenes insights and numbers, in 2024 I posted about 43 YouTube videos, 96 short form videos on Instagram, and sent 88 emails to my list. I don't know if that's a lot or not, I'll let you be the judge of that. Now, in terms of community and audience, I grew from 17,000 subscribers to just over 30,000 on YouTube, and I haven't grown at all on Instagram, almost reduced my followers on Instagram, but I will tell you why later in the video and why I couldn't care less about it. Then in terms of music, I released 3 new songs. Needless to say, it's way less than I was hoping for, but we'll talk about that later too. And I launched 3 new products: the producer dashboard, the music creator course, and the mentorship program. Now in terms of numbers and revenue, I hit multiple 10K plus month revenue for the very first time, 6 months to be exact, which was one of my main goals of 2024, so yay! And finally, I hired 2 new team members, a video editor and a VA, virtual assistant. First of all, nothing is a mistake. They are all lessons in disguise. So on this part of the video, I want to focus on the mistakes that I've made, what I learned from them, and how I overcome them. So the first mistake that I made was to push music a little bit on the sidelines so that I can focus more on the business. It is unfortunate, but when you are starting a new creative business, it does take some heavy lifting to get it started, and so the creative aspect of things do take a hit. But music is the core of my business and the reason why I started this job in the first place, so I started to sign much more production clients, both private for singer-songwriters and artists, or music brands signing a few sample packs. It allows me to spend much more time making music. So for example, last week I spent 8 hours on music. The week before that it was 14 hours. So I'm enjoying the business much more now. Out of the 3 main objectives that I have for next year, the second one is to maintain authenticity as a music creator. So one of the few things that I will start to put in place is to protect 5 hours per week to work on personal music projects and other things. The next mistake I've made was to refuse to let go of control and to outsource earlier than I did. When you run a business, you do need to realize that you have your own zone of genius, but other tasks, you should not be doing them. Things like making the YouTube thumbnails, video editing, uploading content, sorting emails, these are all things that you can outsource to other people while you keep going on the things that only you can do, such as filming videos and making music. It was hard for me to let go of the control and the quality that I had built for my business, but it was necessary for me to have the time to reinvest in the business. Whether it is spending time networking, developing new products, improving on your music production skills, or developing marketing strategies. Now the next one was resisting AI. For the longest time, I did not want to use it because it sucks, I hate it. I don't like that it's a thing. But it's here, and I think anyone refusing to leverage it and to use it to their advantage will be left behind because other people will go faster. So I need to embrace it and to spend more time learning how to use it. I'm currently in the process of changing this and seeing how I can include AI as much as possible for things like copywriting, video titles, marketing strategies, content planning, etc., etc. And then the last mistake that I've done that I kind of regret kind of, but also a lot, is to sacrificing my health. Once again, for the longest time, I stopped exercising, I stopped cooking healthy meals just to prioritize spending more time to build the business, but obviously it wasn't a great choice. At the beginning, you do have to make some sacrifices and it's fine. But once I became full-time, I should have readjusted my schedule, which I didn't, and that was the mistake. I learned the hard way that the machine, you, needs to be healthy if you want the business to work. Now, there are a few lessons that I was able to learn without having to make a mistake to learn it, so here are them. First of all, vanity numbers do not matter. As I was saying earlier, I doubled my subscribers on YouTube and it's great, but I haven't at all on Instagram and I couldn't care less. This year, my focus was on monetizing better because you don't need a huge audience, you just need the right audience and the right offers. Even though I haven't grown at all on Instagram, I was still able to double my income, which we will come to it later. And I did this while increasing my lifestyle quality and focus more on music, which is what's more important to me. Obviously, it's always nice to grow, and at the beginning, this is something that you have to focus on, but at some point, you don't need to. In my opinion, if you build a core audience of 5,000 to 10,000 subscribers or followers online, you have everything that you need to make a full-time income. You don't need more than that. This is a strategy that I teach in the music creator course, so if you're interested, I'll leave a link below in the description for you to check it out. Now, the other lesson I wanted to talk about was the one that I kind of hinted at before, where I said that I resetted my ambitions. And to be more specific, I resetted them depending on what I wanted truly. A big part of my burnout was that I had achieved my goal, which was to quit my 9-to-5 and make a full-time income on my own. But after that, I was lost. I had no direction, I had no other goal, really. So I spent a good time thinking that what I wanted next was what other people had on social media, until I realized that it's not necessarily for me. For example, I was always chasing views and subscribers on YouTube because I thought I wanted to reach 100k subs. But after my burnout, I realized that I do not deal well with too much expectations and attention, external judgment and opinions, so I stopped focusing on this, and immediately I felt a weight lifting off my shoulders because now I was focusing on truly mattered to me. What mattered to me was to have a positive impact on people's lives. And this is what I can achieve through my course and mentorship program, which gives me much more satisfaction than huge numbers on my videos. And as I mentioned it previously, you do not need a huge audience to achieve that, just the right audience. Making my own vision board and creating my own path depending on what truly is important to me and based on my experience has been a game changer for me this year. Another thing I learned this year is that connecting with other like-minded people and other music creators is the cheat code to growth. Back in January, February, I was speaking with a few music creators on Instagram, and we all realized that we were all talking to each other. So we decided to create a mastermind group where we meet on Zoom for like hours once a month, and it's been a game changer. We talk all things music, business, content creation. It's a huge source of motivation and inspiration. Every time we meet, we share our problems, we help each other, we brainstorm ideas together. They've been a huge help, and we even decided to meet in real life in October, as I was saying. We rented a little cottage in Kalispell for a long weekend, and it was probably one of the highlights of the year for me, after getting engaged, of course.
Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god.
And now the last lesson I learned was to design my workspace around me. Pretty quickly after the burnout, I realized that I did not want to spend any time here in this studio. As this is where I work, it was becoming a bigger problem over time. There was two main reasons why. First, I had PTSD from my burnout because it happened here in this studio with the previous decoration or design that was there. And number two is that I had designed it for the videos, not for myself. All you see was this cool LED light workspace that looked great in the videos, but in reality, I could not work in that setting. Working with only LED lights lighting is not good. It was straining my eyes, it was giving me migraines, it was horrible. And without the LED lights, I had to open the curtains, and so it was ended up to be only depressing black and white environment. No decoration, no personalization items. It was truly depressing. Feeling good in your home studio where you spend the majority of your time is essential as a business owner, freelancer, entrepreneur, or just a work-at-home person. So as you can see, I already started to renovate the studio by painting the walls, adding some new furnitures and decoration, and I'm still waiting on a couple elements for the walls, but I'm already feeling much better and it's much easier for me to get to work every single day. So now that we talked about all the accomplishments, the lessons, the challenges, let's talk about why you really clicked on this video. Money.
Hello, I like money.
Honestly, it's super uncomfortable. I have never revealed exact numbers, but I'm hoping that by being transparent, you will be able to see what's possible, the reality of an online music business in 2024, and hopefully inspire you and motivate you to do the same, because you'll see that it is possible. One important note before we get into it, all the numbers that I'm going to tell you are in Canadian dollars, CAD, because I live in Canada, so I do all my finances in Canadian dollars after I'm being paid. So in the first quarter of the year, in Q1, I made exactly $22,059. Then in Q2, we did a little bit better. We did $32,619. Then in Q3, a little bit less because it was the summer and I was traveling. I did $25,446. And right now in Q4, I'm currently sitting at $35,779, but the month isn't over and I'm expecting at least another 5K minimum. So we should close more around $40,000 for Q4. So if we add everything together, my total income for the year so far in gross revenue is $120,903. That's it. Not gonna lie, I'm pretty happy with it, but you know, it's not crazy or anything. But now, when you are a business owner, you have business expenses and taxes. Business expenses are things to run your business, so think about things like website hosting, email list provider, outsourcing, to my team, all that kind of stuff. So if you add that plus the taxes, the number you just saw is not what I get in my pocket. This year, I spent about $20,000 in business expenses and I saved 25% for taxes. So in total net revenue, we would be closer to $70,000. which is still pretty freaking cool for one reason. When I quit my job in VFX 2 years ago, I was at exactly 100K in revenue. But after taxes, in my pocket was exactly $71,000. So in 2 years doing this music business, being able to come back to the salary that I was making before as a full-time employee, but now I'm doing this on my own. I'm working on everything that I want to work on with the clients that I want. I do my own hours. I can work from anywhere. This is great. So yeah, just for that reason, it's a milestone that I'm super proud of. So what's next for me in 2025? So first off, the Music Creator Academy will be my main focus. As you probably got it from now, I love helping people. I want to have a positive impact in your life and helping you monetize your skills the same way that I do it, if that's what you want to do. So I'm hoping to launch on December 29th or 30th. We'll see what's possible if I can finish on time, because I'd like to get some time off for Christmas. But as I mentioned before, it'll be an on-demand pre-recorded course, so you will be able to take it on your own time at your own pace. On top of that, I added a bonus module about sponsorships, so to help you land sponsorships with top music brands. So I'm super excited about this, about launching it, and to see you all get results. After that, I will keep focusing on the mentorship program because, again, I want to have a bigger impact in people's lives, and I can do this by working more closely with a few selected students rather than trying to help everyone. Otherwise, a few other things you might see me do is to potentially organize an online summit for music creators. Maybe I will launch a merchandise brand, and I will try to do more speaking gigs at conferences in school to spread the word more about this new music creator job. Then obviously when it comes to music, I'm planning on releasing much more music. I already have 3 that are ready to go. I'm just waiting on a label to sign them, and after that I'm hoping to do at least 6 music out next year. On top of that, we'll have 5 sample packs that will be released. I will tell you more about this when I can, and I will keep working with 1 or 2 artists per month for song production. Now, on a last note, I want to thank you for your support this year, whether it is by watching my videos, commenting, sending me a DM, buying some of my products, listening to my songs. I want to tell you that your support is the only reason I am still here doing this today, so thank you so much. I'm super excited for 2025. I hope we'll get to spread the word about this music creator job. I hope we'll keep growing this amazing community, and I hope you will be smashing your music goals. By the way, let me know in the comments what your music goals are for 2025, but in the meantime, keep learning, keep producing, and I'll see you in the next one. Woo! Oh boy. That doesn't make sense. I just want to sleep.